Okay, we got subscriptions are ruining our lives. Here's why they're everywhere now. From More Perfect Union. Okay, so I don't think this was news to me with the whole subscription model that a lot of businesses are going to. But let's see. Let's see what More Perfect Union's got to say.
I'm losing my mind over this. Here's what's happening. My partner and I got a new printer. It was an HP. It seemed fine. And I went to print like a packing label or something, and it just wouldn't print at all. And I couldn't, there's no message on my computer that was explaining it.
And the ink is completely full. I replaced it like last week.
And the reason it's not printing says payment method needs updating.
Cannot print with the installed cartridge. As you can see, this page is printed fine.
That's infuriating.
Yeah,
I would be so mad if I'm trying to print something out and my printer is like keeps printing out a page that says I can't print. I won't print.
I won't print, exactly.
Maggie's brand new
Wait, so what? This thing doesn't let you print unless you subscribe to the thing to print? Are you kidding me? 6 months instant ink? How about 6 months of just working?
printer had been working normally for 6 months before it suddenly refused to print. She did some digging and realized HP had enrolled her in their ink subscription service called Instant Ink.
Get ready to ink differently with HP Instant Ink. Your printer anticipates when you're low and sends you the right ink right on time for less.
But Maggie's...
Wait, like what? In the mail? That would imply... Because what does that imply? The printer has to always be connected to the internet to send the company or whatever like a notice that the ink is low, time to send out a little thing in the mail like, oh, they probably need an ink cartridge. Okay. So the printer has to be connected to the internet and you need a subscription service.
Printer still had ink in it when it stopped working. It turns out that when your Instant Ink subscription expires, or if you cancel it, HP remotely kills your cartridges.
Wow. If you decide to cancel your HP Instant Ink, you can go back using you can go back to using HP original, standard, or XL cartridges. HP Instant Ink cartridges will not work after the end of the current billing cycle, which you cancel. To continue printing after your billing cycle ends, make sure you have standard replacement ink cartridges ready to use in your printer. Bro, this is like the same bullshit logic that Apple tried to use whenever they there was like a good couple years where Apple tried to make it so that their little like power connectors, it was like a unique thing versus like just doing USB-C or whatever. But everyone was like pissed that you had to buy like a unique Apple, like it's always Apple. Why is like everybody's like, oh, I love Apple, they're all American. Like I've seen so much Apple like the defending that people do for Apple is just absolutely insane. When like this is how they treat their customers constantly. And it's like I'm from video games, so I've seen all of this bullshit from video games already. But like the people that they are preying on are just like normal people. Normal people aren't exposed to this like type of shady business practice. What a fucking like, this is embarrassing if I was Apple.
That's when I started Googling it and figuring out like that's a problem other people were having.
The ink that you paid $122 some for, that's in your printer right now, you can't use that.
Yeah, that's, I mean, but also to go against them, you should know what you're getting into when you buy a product. I mean, you shouldn't go out and just willy-nilly buy like whatever product without knowing like what comes in it. All right, so that's a knock against them.
I have 2 full cartridges that I don't have access to because I canceled HP's Instant Ink
monthly subscription. Okay, so I mean, they have the numbers. They can see it all like up over at like Apple, HP, whatever headquarters. they see what is happening. They did like a cash grab of like, this is the new product. This is our instant ink service that we're kind of gonna tell you about, but we're just gonna make it like blend in like it's any other printer. And you could even see like the subscription like print was in like kind of like lower, like smaller font to like kind of blend in, so you can't see the gigantic words subscription in there. They know what they're doing. They're trying to make more sales and make more money by selling subscriptions that people don't know they're getting into it.
Service that they want to fuck everybody with.
True.
Subscriptions are so annoying, and they're everywhere these days. There are monthly fees to watch movies, listen to music, shop, play video games, water your plants, use your sewing machine, brush your teeth, turn on your lights, open your garage door, start up your car, use your fridge, your toaster, your water bottle. There's so many subscriptions you probably didn't notice that we made up 3 of these. And I bet you can't guess which ones.
I honestly can't. I have no idea. I don't even want to go back. That was just, I couldn't tell.
It's these 3.
Buying.
Lightify is real. Quench monthly. To drink water? Righty on. To toast? Free auto updates for latest heated bread? What kind of clown world am I living in, dude? A subscription to a toaster? You know, I both simultaneously can be mad, but also I cannot be mad, because I'm like, on the surface, like I can be mad because how do these exist? Why do these exist? These don't need to exist. They don't benefit society at all. But then on the other side, none of these would exist if people weren't buying them. People are absolutely retarded when it comes to their own like financial budgeting and whatnot. They just are, all right? Because if they weren't, none of these businesses would even exist.
An expensive physical thing, and then also having to keep paying for something every month. So it's just kind of like frustrating.
After talking to Maggie, I started looking into all the ways that companies make us pay endlessly to keep using the stuff we already own. Over the past 10 years, businesses using the subscription model have been growing almost 4 times faster than traditional companies. Like most people, I thought subscriptions were just an annoying and frustrating cash grab by greedy corporations. And they are. But we're losing more than money. Subscriptions are actually changing our relationship to the stuff we use and rely on every day in a kind of dangerous way.
Ooh, like how?
Do you know how much you spend on subscriptions?
Yes.
For the average.
Yes, I do. I have it written down all in a little notepad thing in my phone. Every single thing. As silly as that is, a lot of people just don't even do that.
Average American, it's nearly $300 a month. Let me guess, you're thinking, there's no way you spend that much. Well, the average American also underestimates their monthly subscription bill by at least $100, so maybe check again.
Uh-oh.
Point is, people are sick and tired of subscriptions. I'm assuming. I couldn't actually read the article. But this bill.
Yeah, because you needed to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal for about $4 a week, or what is that? $4 a week, about 4 weeks a month. So $20 a month, about the same level of bullshit as every other subscription service. $20 a month just to be able to read some dumb shit. Are you kidding me?
Assuming. I couldn't actually read the article. But this business model isn't new. It's been around since at least the 15th century with the invention of the printing press. Newspaper readers subscribed by writing their name underneath an agreement. Scribe, write. The publisher earned customer loyalty and therefore a predictable, steady revenue by offering customers a convenience, extra value, or both. In this case, the latest issue delivered straight to their door. It was a win-win. Media subscriptions were born in 1948. Cable TV brought higher quality signals for a cheap monthly price. In 1997, Netflix extended that concept to DVDs,
Yep.
free delivery and no late fees. And when they launched their streaming service in 2007, eventually leading to, well, all this,
Yeah.
that provided an even bigger value. Unlimited music, movies, and TV on demand that you don't have to lug around with you when you move.
Yeah.
This balance held through the 2000s and early 2010s.
So then if that's the case, does there exist like another level of this to like what's the next evolution? What am I supposed to do? Like get some like contact lenses or get some like surgical things like to just stick over my eyes that are like so thin so that, because like right now I got like nothing in front of my face, in front of my eyes. I have to choose to put a screen in front of it. And this would probably be like the next thing, honestly. If I always, if like I had a surgical lens just implanted in front of my like eyeball, I wouldn't have the choice to, well, I mean, I kind of could to like go through the surgery or whatever. I wouldn't have to choose to put something in front of my face, like a TV screen, computer screen, phone or whatever. I could just always have a screen in front of my eyes, but just simply choose to turn that little functionality on or off of like, oh, and then as time goes on, more and more people get that little surgery of like everybody just has a lens in front of their eye. So you won't even be able to tell if somebody is just like what, like just watching something. They'll just like blink a couple times versus like, you know, you could tell if someone's watching a movie like on their phone or something. But like, if someone has like some lenses implanted on the front of their eyeball with all these same subscription services, it's like, oh, we got them now.
Subscriptions brought us free and fast delivery, an affordable way to wear designer clothing, and cheap razor blades. But today, there's this new category of subscriptions where we're paying to keep using something that we already own. How did we get here? Well, it all started with Salesforce.
Each one of our pods is a multi-tenant cluster. This has really increased our ability to deliver a very high, reliable solution for our customers.
Don't worry, I'm not going to explain what Salesforce is, even though I totally could if I wanted to.
You know, you could by doing a simple little explain it like I'm five little paragraph. Like, this is Salesforce, this is what they do. Bang. Done in less than 5 sentences.
All you need to know is that they make software. The important thing isn't what their product is, it's how they sold it. See, through the 90s and most of the early 2000s, if you wanted to buy software like Word or Photoshop, you'd buy a physical CD-ROM. You'd install it on your computer and use that as long as you liked. But the problem for companies was that software is expensive to maintain. Software engineers are constantly fixing bugs and making security upgrades. Those days, tech was advancing so rapidly that every year or so they would also release new versions with tons of new features. Salesforce positioned themselves as the anti-software. No big upfront costs for software that will be obsolete in a few years. Just a small monthly fee and you'd always have the latest version.
Bro, this shit was live service games before live service games were live service games. Are you kidding me? That's the evolution of all of this. That's the evolution of capitalism. Just make everything live service. Subscription. Just make everything free, and if you want to, pay a little extra for the extra thing. That is absolutely, like, horrifying.
Software was no longer a product that you buy in a box, it was a service that you paid a monthly fee to use. It was a huge success. Salesforce went public in 2004 and was the top performing IPO of the year. Microsoft launched Office 365 in 2010 and saw revenue grow by nearly 70%. Adobe went subscription only with Creative Cloud in 2013. Subscriptions have grown 16 times since then, driving...
Bro, it's disgusting that like all of this stuff that used to be free like 10, 15 years ago It's all like paywalled now. Oh, you got to have some money. I need some money.
Most of the $200 billion company's growth. Most people still consider Apple a products company, but lately, their fastest growing revenue stream is their $24 billion subscriptions unit, which grew 14% last year. Investors love software as a service,
Jesus.
but where's the customer value? Today, Photoshop costs $263.
I mean, there is no customer value. It's if the customer value is like trending down and the reliable profits are up, that's like essentially like what, a monopoly? But you can't have a monopoly on a sales tactic. I don't know. It's just scary to think about, dude.
A year, which is a cheaper upfront cost than the $700 you'd paid before. But in about 2.5 years, you'll exceed it. So what additional value are you getting for that increased cost? Not much. The software isn't really improving that drastically anymore, maybe a new feature or two. Word also hasn't evolved that much since 2006, except for a few stylistic changes.
Clippy.
Over time, companies have seen this as a new way to squeeze a little bit of extra money out of consumers.
Then subscriptions crawled out of our screens into our physical stuff and became almost unavoidable.
It became really cheap to introduce network connectivity and embedded software into devices. So we see all sorts of things that don't really need software, that don't really need a Wi-Fi connection.
Bro, why does the trash can or the toothbrush need a Wi-Fi connection? Are you kidding me with some of this shit? And the retards that actually buy this shit is even more disgusting. People are just looking to waste their money. Oh, participating in capitalism, I'm participating in the economy, I'm stimulating the economy by buying the next new fidget spinner. Whoa.
That now have them.
When manufacturers advertise smart products, the software is a selling point. They promise all sorts of flashy features, but smart appliances have shorter lifespans than regular dumb ones, and it turns out people don't really even use all those fancy features. Plus, software gets buggy and it needs a lot of maintenance.
My car would not let me inside.
There is a software bug, I think, with the latest update.
I can't
Jesus.
even get out the vehicle. Y'all could hear this motherfucking car.
A lot of times, software actually makes our stuff less safe, less durable.
Yeah, I'm never getting a Tesla for that dumb shit.
And weirdly hostile.
I'm in fine working order, giving these people exactly what they need.
Oh yeah. What was this? The smart house? Oh my god, this would be the next iteration of some dumb shit like the live service house. Oh, you want your sink to turn on? You got to subscribe for that. You got your subscription fridge to like cool your full food off. Yep. Subscribe to your oven. Subscribe to your whatever this is. Subscribe to your lights. Subscribe to your little garbage can opener. Subscribe to your dishwasher. Subscribe to your home sex robot or whatever.
Software is really the key tool that gives companies like the functional ability to control how we interact with an object.
These cartridges have a specific chip on them that is like communicating to HP. So if at any point it loses network connection, it won't print. Or if it recognizes that your payment method with your HP account has lapsed, then it won't print.
This tactic is called software tethering, and it shows up all over the place. Car manufacturers have started trying to lock certain features behind a paywall.
BMW will let you freeze your butt off unless you pay them a subscription.
$18 a month for heated seats. That's actually...
Oh yeah. BMW can suck a dick.
One of the craziest things I ever heard.
Tesla owners have to pay $10 a month to gain access to all of their cars' navigation and streaming features.
To have to pay?
I mean, good thing I got a phone. Good thing I got Google Maps.
Extra for something that the car is in the car is ridiculous.
And Mercedes locked faster acceleration behind a $1,200 yearly subscription, along with...
Wow. Thank God I'm not rich and retarded. I can't imagine that reality.
with a bunch of other stuff.
Unlocking the dash cam will cost you an extra $16 a month. Remote starting this will cost you an extra $35 a year. If your Mercedes gets stolen, they will help you find it, but for $2 a month.
You bought that heated seat, you bought those components, they put that into the price of the vehicle, and now they're charging you for the right to use it.
A brand new electric vehicle, you can't even access the damn thing. This is 2022, people. This is what the future looks like.
Imagine if we charge you for gasoline, then charge you for the right to burn it in your engine.
This is greed. I don't care.
Mercedes, that's the Mercedes thing. Well, you could have easily just bought a different car. Just go buy a different car. You know, you bought that. Like, why are these people complaining about the product that they bought? Are they just didn't know it was there? Did they get fooled by like a product that was in the car? Besides, is anybody under the confusion of Mercedes being like a luxury brand car? Why not just go get like a normal ass new car, like for $25K or something? Like a little 2-door or 4-door or whatever thing. Huh? What, you had to go get a Mercedes? Serves you right.
Oh no, it's capital. This is greed.
It's the kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you bought it and now you're complaining about it. So shut up.
That just makes you want to take a giant.
Toyota owners have to pay $8 a month to keep using their key fob for a remote start. That's hilarious. Like, these are like new questions that you have to ask. Just in buying a new car. That's hilarious.
Dump on someone's head.
It's not just cars. The SNU Smart Bassinet.
The SNU Smart Bassinet.
Not just cars. The SNU
Smart Sleeper like, just don't buy it. Certified pre-loved SNU. Ew. But like, there was a previous baby in there? Get this shit out of here. What, like, soft language? It's so stupid. You could either buy new or pre-owned? Ugh. I mean, if that's what those two things mean, like, that's weird. Like a baby thing? Like, what happened to like a baby mattress and like a crib?
New Smart Bassinet, the Aura Ring, Hatch Alarm Clock, Ring Camera. These are all expensive products that...
I mean, yeah, I mean, I know. Everybody got like, there's a lot of people that have Ring cameras because it's like for security. I can never be too secure in my stuff.
Don't work fully or at all without a subscription.
Those kinds of subscription offerings aren't adding new value, they're just imposing a tax on using the things that we feel like we've already paid for.
This clear lack of customer value is also why so many streamers and subscription services have to use deceptive marketing practices to trick us into subscribing, like free trials that automatically become paid memberships.
Yep, I mean, that's pretty much the case with everything. By accepting this upgrade, the course you purchase will be refunded and you will be charged for a Coursera Plus subscription. Starts today, which includes access to the course. You'll be charged $50 plus additional taxes starting today and monthly thereafter until you cancel. Yeah, that is pretty much the assumption I go with anytime there's like a free trial period of anything. The first month is free, but then it just auto updates. So this is like the type of business practices that you just have to be aware of.
And dark patterns that make it hard to cancel. Software tethering.
Oh yeah, with Amazon, if you try to cancel your Amazon Prime, you have to click like 30 plus buttons to try to figure it out or whatever. Or what? How did they just do it?
Trials that automatically become paid memberships and dark patterns.
Okay, so account. So that's 1.
patterns that make it hard to keep.
Another button, whatever that one was. That's 2. Prime membership settings. Oh, they're keeping track of the clicks right there.
Cancel.
3,
Software
4,
tethering also allows
5.
companies
5 clicks to cancel your membership. How many clicks does it take you to buy something off of Amazon? 2. You can either do it multiple ways of like sticking the item in your cart and then going to checkout that way, or you just hit the buy now button and then are you sure? It's 2. 2 versus 5.
to force us to use their expensive refills. GE put digital locks on some of their smart fridges, so you
Are you shitting me?
can only use their name brand water filters. Companies will encrypt anything: coffee pods, light bulbs, cat litter, and of course, printer ink. All so that we're forced to keep spending money with them. HP.
This is like the cat litter box.
Instant Ink takes the strategy to the next level. They charge you based on how many pages you want to print, not how much ink you'll use. Maggie thought an ink subscription meant new ink cartridges on demand like Dollar Shave Club, but Instant Ink is more like a streaming service. Maggie doesn't own her cartridges any more than you own the movies on Netflix. Your access to them depends on a monthly payment. In other words, HP isn't selling you ink cartridges at all. It's renting them to you and charging you each time you use them. All enforced by software tethering.
It's not even like you're getting like unlimited use of your product that you have in your home. You're having to only use it a small amount. It's like I could just go down the street and print somewhere else or at the library where you have to pay a few cents.
Yeah.
Instead of like having one in my house that I have to pay for.
Maggie was kind of like, when I buy something and it comes with so many rules and restrictions, do I?
Well, if buying, well, this goes just back to that one saying. If buying is not owning, then pirating is not stealing. How about that, big business? How about that?
Even own it? That's a tricky question. We're gonna come back to that. Subscription companies don't care how shitty our experience is as long as they make a profit. They'll even kill their own products if that's what it takes.
A few years ago, Nest was making a home automation hub called the Revolve. And one day they decided that they just didn't.
What's that one word? No, I know it. It's like an acronym that countries use to make sure that they don't nuke each other. It's called MAD, Mutually Assured Destruction. And it's kind of this is the same vibe I'm getting from this little section of the video. If a company is willing to nuke its own product so that you can't use it unless it's like a live service thing, people are just as ready and willing to either steal or pirate whatever the product, or simply they'll just go and buy like a different product. That is the mutually assured destruction in capitalism, or at least the growing trend, it seems like.
Want to support this device anymore, and so they sent out an email to everybody that bought one of these things for $300, whatever it was, and said, hey, on May 24th, this thing just doesn't work anymore. We're turning them off.
Spotify did the same thing with their $90 device Car Thing less than 2 years after it went on the
Car Thing? What a lazy ass name for a product.
market, as did Juicero with its $400 juicer. And earlier this year, the electric car company Fisker filed for bankruptcy, which has left thousands of people who bought that car wondering if they'll still be able to drive it when the servers go down, or if they now own the world's most expensive paperweight.
In a world where your device isn't dependent on the servers that the manufacturer...
I mean, it would benefit these people to like not buy products that have to always be connected to the internet.
Is maintaining, that's fine, right? If my toaster that I bought in 1995, if the company goes out of business, the toaster still works. Today, that is just not true anymore.
If you're a good coder, you might be able to figure out how to keep your bricked Juicero or Fisker running anyway. But you'd have to bypass the company's software restrictions, which is illegal under Section 1201 of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or
I mean, nobody cares about this. This is some fucking paragraph. It's only illegal if you get caught. If you don't get caught, you're fine.
Or DMCA. The DMCA was passed in 1998 to prevent piracy.
Yep.
No, the other piracy.
Damn.
And apply
This is like the 13th time I've seen that little commercial being brought up.
to anything with a computer in it. In 1998, that meant like a DVD. But in 2024, that's almost everything we own. And companies use copyright as the legal covering to lock us out of our own stuff. There are exceptions for law enforcement and research, but not for someone who bought a $60,000 car, or for Maggie.
If I don't want to continue with Instant Ink, the ink cartridges are pretty much wasted. It's not like you can unsubscribe and keep using the ink.
Maggie's only option now.
Well, for this particular instance, from what I read, the unique Smart Ink cartridge will not work, but you can go back, you can unsubscribe and go back to using the standard, like large or extra large ink cartridges, the original ones.
Now is to buy new cartridges, official HP ones, of course.
I think the printer cost like $85, and then the new ink from HP is like $35 or $40, so it's about half the price of the printer just for one ink refill.
Well, it's good to know that I now recognize this brand, this little logo, and can quickly tell that this is bad. If I see the words Instant Ink, I'm just like, bad, stay away. Just buy normal cartridges. Or that, or if I see like a slash per month anywhere in the products, I'm just like, nope. Because that slash per month implies like a subscription, which is bad.
And that's exactly what HP intended. The CEO freely admits this.
Our goal was to reduce the number of what we call unprofitable customers. Right.
Unprofitable customers. What a loser.
Every time a customer buys a printer, it's an investment for us.
Okay.
And if this customer doesn't print enough or doesn't use our supplies, it's a bad investment.
You already sold them a thing. You already got their money. What an absolute loser. And you can tell. And this is something I learned from like just talking to people. And don't let anybody tell you like otherwise. Like the older you get, you can tell how like more about what a person is saying, not by the words coming out of their mouth, but how they are talking and communicating to you. 90% of like communication is done through like body language. Like he probably could have mumbled all that shit. And it kind of initially sounded like he was mumbling because I couldn't even tell unless I was like reading the subtitles. Just by like the cadence and his face, because he's like kind of smiling right there. And his like being like kind of jovial about it. His overall just body language. It's like, oh, I figured out the formula to get more money out of people. Aren't you guys so proud of me? I can already tell, like, that's bullshit. And, I mean, understandably, this is on, like, national TV. So, even though they can, like, smell the bullshit, they can't really call him out on it. Because they'd probably get fired and lose their jobs. But yeah. Like, there's some people that make the argument of, like, oh, typing is like the best form of communication because it gets a clear, concise message on what you want. No, it doesn't. No.
They're bad customers anyway if they're not using HP cartridges because you haven't made any money on them yet.
Exactly.
So to recap, Salesforce made all software into a subscription and then everything became software. Now companies don't have to earn our loyalty to get that predictable revenue. They can just force it with their software locks, and they're legally protected by our outdated copyright laws.
That, I think, has led to a really profound change, not just in the law, not just in our economy, But like in the way that society operates, it's really crucial that people have some degree of control over the devices that they rely on every day, right? Their phones, their cars.
Today, the balance of power is so out of whack that consumers and lawmakers are fighting back.
Now to a consumer alert about those pesky subscriptions today.
Yeah, and it's as easy as voting with your wallet, doing a little bit of research behind the product that you're about to buy. All right, don't buy a product that you need to subscribe to.
The Federal Trade Commission issued what it called
Must be easy to cancel subscriptions. Need consent for auto renewal plans. Oh, wow. Who would have thunk? What were they doing the last 10, 15 years?
the click to cancel rule.
Click to cancel basically means that if you click to subscribe, you should be able to click to cancel. And if companies don't comply with it, then we can go forward with civil penalties, which means that they'll be liable for thousands of dollars.
The law.
What? Maybe you misspoke. Be liable for thousands of dollars? What, against one person? But then that one person gets multiplied by the entire consumer base, which quickly turns into millions and millions of dollars, I would imagine. What was that thing I heard earlier in the video of companies don't care about any of that shit? They'll just be just as ready to nuke their own products if they don't get their way.
Law cracks down on free trials that charge you if you don't cancel on time and subscriptions that automatically renew.
We're really trying to address that by requiring companies to disclose upfront the full set of...
See, look at this. Subscription to Instant Ink delivery service for 6 months. This makes it seem... Okay, so even... Okay, 6 months Instant Ink. This entire thing makes it seem like you can only use Instant Ink. All right, where are the other things, the other little notations or whatever, where it's like this is just simply an option. Instant Ink is an option. It doesn't. I don't see anywhere where it says if you don't want Instant Ink, you could just use regular cartridges. Let me see. This is all like an Instant Ink thing. At a glance, yeah, there's nowhere anywhere else where it says you can use like regular cartridges, because it's to me it would be like implied, like, oh, printer, just use regular cartridge, not whatever this Instant Ink thing is, because it's like gigantic. It's in front of the box. It's taken up a good chunk of like the entire packaging. So it's like it makes it seem like this is the only thing that I can use.
requirements that will follow once you do sign up, and also make sure that users are not spending precious hours of their life navigating these archaic bureaucracies just to be able to stop being charged a monthly fee.
The FTC is also going after Adobe and Amazon for their shady subscription practices.
Good.
And consumer protection groups want them to go after software tethering next. No more
Good.
locking all the best features behind
The dishwasher being connected to the internet. Get the fuck out of here. Some people talk about accelerationism, where it's like just make the thing happen faster instead of it taking like such a long time. Yeah, get all these big businesses, corral them up.
paywalls or surprise bricking. This consumer advocacy is working. HP is phasing out Instant Ink, citing customer pushback, and public pressure also killed BMW heated seats and Keurig.
Oh wow, I wonder why. Because no one was buying it. No one was subscribing to it. Everyone thought that was a stupid idea.
Coffee pods. But there's a more fundamental change that we need to start taking seriously. When you pay money for a product, that's yours now.
It's not a lease, it's not a monthly subscription. I pay you one time, I own that thing, right? And I get to behave as if I own that thing.
There's so much more to explore on this topic that we're actually going to put it into a second part to this video.
Oh.
We're going to look at why our stuff breaks more often and why it's so freaking expensive to fix your iPhone, your car, and all sorts of other products.
The part itself was about $150, $160, but my bill was almost $5,000.
Holy
and we're
shit.
Gonna dig into the bigger question Maggie raised with her printer. Do we even own the things we buy? Stay tuned for the answer in a couple weeks.
That's crazy.
Thanks for watching The Classroom. We're always looking to tell more stories like this one, unpacking economic systems that impact all of our daily lives. What other issues do you want to see us cover? Sound off in the comments, and again, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Dang.
Society is...
Well, that was interesting.
I'm losing my mind over this. Here's what's happening. My partner and I got a new printer.
Okay. That was... Well, who is down thumbing this? I like subscribing to all the dumb shit. Ugh. This is crazy, dude. I don't have a lot of things I subscribe to just around me, so this is like I knew they existed, but I didn't know that like a lot of those products that had subscription services in there, like I just simply did not know. I mean, what's everyone feeling? This needs to be illegal? Yep. That's why right to repair and ownership laws need to be focused on. Ooh, okay. Subscription models have allowed companies to transform consumption into a form of rent extraction. I mean, that kind of seems like it. I couldn't read the article. Do you know how frustrating it is when you want to keep up to date on current news? Every single website needs a subscription to even see one article. Yeah. Oh, man. This is a great video, dude. 100%. At the end of the day, I mean, it just seems like you have to be a little bit more educated in whatever your product that you're buying is. Make sure it doesn't come with subscriptions, or if you do want the subscription, make sure you know about it. Because it kind of seems silly to buy a product and not know it. You have to subscribe to something that and that sucks. It's like a shitty surprise. It's like a dick salad. You ordered a salad and you wanted like chicken in it, but it just comes with dicks. And nobody wants to eat a dick salad. But overall, very cool video. But yeah, keep it up, guys. You guys are ballers. But yeah, that's it for me. Later.